of some places, you know, like maybe in Point and in Wausau that, you know, maybe could hold like an actual event, and you know, we'll look into it and see if something works. And so I sent him a list back of places that either have done it before or that I thought would actually work out really well. And it actually, the funny part is it actually stems back from his wedding when he got married in October. He did it at the Holiday Inn, and it was one of those things where we started talking to Ron, and then he says, like, right away, we got it booked, we're going to be at the Holiday Inn in Stevens Point in April. And it's so funny because it's literally the same room that he had his wedding in, that, you know, we found out that the show is going to be.
Wow.
So while I'm at his wedding, I'm sitting there going like, okay, so the ring will go here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ring will be where the dance floor
then
was.
the chairs around here. Okay, so then merch over there, entrance over there, you know, just eyeing it up. But it's been something that, you know, we've really, really been interested in doing. And, I mean, going through and, you know, going out and actively trying to find sponsors and sell tickets and, you know, do all the things that go into putting on a show and stuff. Like, we've actually been having a lot of fun with this, and we've been very lucky to be very, very welcomed with open arms from the guys at WPW. You know, Ron and Jake and Nathan. You know, all those guys have been so awesome about everything, and but it's going to be an absolutely amazing show. As of right now, we are looking at just a lot of people, and I'm just hoping that I want to sell the damn place out.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the whole, I guess, like, what capacity would be in there, but I mean, I don't want to have to turn people away, but I want people staying.
I think I'll be upset if we don't get 300.
300 is the number that I'm looking at, and I think that's easily doable with what we've been doing lately.
Yeah.
But it's actually going to be great. It's April 9th, Saturday, April 9th at the Holiday Inn Convention Center here in Stevens Point. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7. Tickets are available at wiscopro.com. Otherwise, you know, feel free to hit us up on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you want to get a hold of us. We will be getting flyers here pretty soon through Nathan.
We'll be getting tickets.
We'll be getting tickets and stuff. We're also going to be selling tickets at Brick House downtown.
Which is the after party spot.
They're going to be the official after party there after the show, so that's going to be a good time. So you can get tickets there. We are working on contacting the VFW here in Plover. What we want to do is we want to be able to do a 50-50 raffle for that show, and, you know, donate the proceeds or whatever going to the VFW. So we're working on that right now to be able to get in contact with them and be able to sell tickets through them as well. But once we get those flyers, we are probably going to be going to, you know, probably to, like, up to Wausau, to Rapids, you know, just all over the place and just throwing them wherever we can, you know. So I'm pretty sure, you know, I figured I'd ask, you know, I don't see you saying no to this, but once we get those flyers and stuff, if we throw you some, you know, would you be able to kind of pass them out or whatever up in your area?
Tell your friends about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you might know some places up there or whatever because you're local up there that, you know, maybe you can go throw those out or, you know, that kind of thing. Spread the word as far as this goes, because if this show draws well, there's already a couple other places that are looking into coming up here.
Two other wrestling promotions.
Yeah, so if we can make this show draw, if they see that this show draws and that there is actual, like, I guess, interest in wrestling in this area, there will be wrestling up here all the time. So this is a big test to see if we can actually make something happen. If we can, there's the sky's the limit, you know,
Yeah.
and so.
It's just cool because literally, like he said, when we got together, that was our very first goal: is bring wrestling to Stevens Point.
Yeah.
And in like the not even a year, we've already done that. We've already accomplished like our first set, pretty big goal. I mean, we have like podcast goals that we want to accomplish, but this was like the mother load. Like, this is what we want. Like, yeah, and it's now it's happening, and it's kind of like our little baby.
Yeah,
you know.
Even to the point where, you know, we start getting asked, you know, by the people that, you know, own the company and run the company and stuff, like, well, what matches do you want to see? Who do you want to see on it? And it's like, well, you know, we don't want to be, you know, we just want you to be here. You know, book your show, do your thing. That's what we want. You know, we travel to go see you guys all the time. Just do what you do, and, you know, it'll be good. And But it's very cool that they've actually reached out because of the fact that we've been, kind of doing so much to try to help them in any way that we can.
We've had half the roster on our podcast.
Yeah. Now we know a lot of the guys personally and stuff. We like to hang out with them from time to time. Honestly, though, I will say, and I hate to be biased, I hate to play favorites, but Tommy, TW3, oh my god, man, that guy is absolutely amazing. He's got to be like the nicest fucking guy. We met him, and he was on our show, and we met him a couple times at shows and stuff, and hanging out with him and his fiance and everything, and turned into if you guys ever need a place to stay, if you guys are in Green Bay, just let me know. You can always crash at our place or things like that. And in the short time that we've known him, when we went to that NXT show, we stayed there. Mm-hmm. We every time we go to Baba Louie's show, like in De Pere, we crash there, and he's even come to pick you up, like you left from Green Bay, came to Point to pick you up to go back to Oshkosh to go see an ACW show.
I think it was ACW 11.
Yep, and then dropped you, and then stayed at his place, then dropped you off on his way out to North Dakota for the next day, and so it's been really cool. But just getting to know all these guys and stuff like that, it's absolutely awesome. So we cannot wait for this show. I'm so nervous about it, anxious, I guess, is a better word for it. But it's going to do well. We know it's going to do well. But at the same time, until it's done, I feel like I just won't be able to take a breath, Until as soon as the show is over and everything is good and we're at the bar having a drink, it's like, oh.
It's funny because we watched UFC fights last night, then we went out to the bar, and we're at the bar, telling people, hey, come to the show, that's what we've been doing is, anytime we're out, talking to people, we're like, hey, do you guys like pro wrestling? You should come to the show.
It's been working. It's honestly been working. There is a huge list of people that want tickets, and it's not just, I'll take one ticket. It's I will take, 10 tickets because me and my friends are all coming, and we have a lot of friends or whatever, too, that are coming from the Green Bay area where WPW actually is located to actually, they're making the trip up here, which is cool because I know one of my friends actually said, we have, 10 people, making the trip, and it's that's awesome. So, every time I talk to somebody, they're like, I'll take 10, I'll take 10, I'll take 10. All right, shit, here we go, it's getting going. So make sure you guys get out there and get those tickets as soon as possible. Those ringside seats are going to be gone like that.
Yeah.
Seriously, there's only so many of them. They will be gone right away. Don't wait to get your tickets at the door because I hate to say it, but there may not be tickets at the door.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it's selling the way it is, get your tickets early, right? Early and often.
They're a hell of a deal too.
Yeah, seriously. I've definitely spent $10-15 in worse ways than what this is going to be. So it's going to be probably one of their bigger shows that they've run as well, and I'm just very happy that we can be a part of that. So.
Oh yeah.
You spend $10 on the WWE Network every month, probably. So.
right.
Can't get any worse than that. So again, guys, WPW show coming in April 9th. Definitely check it out here in Stevens Point at the Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn Convention Center. It's gonna be big.
Awesome. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this edition of Pro Talk Wrestling. But before we go, thought I would actually ask you guys one more question before we decide to head off.
Sure.
One thing that we hope to see that, for last year, it was a pretty rough year. Especially with injuries, and especially I mentioned this on my last podcast that so many passings of Dusty Rhodes and Roddy Piper.
Yep.
Can WWE find a way to really, come back from such a big blow that happened last year? Losing so many stars in and out of the ring.
Yeah, they absolutely can, and if anything, yes, things were looking bad, but the thing is, they can't stay bad for forever, and once you start getting those guys returning every single time, can you imagine the pop when Cesaro comes back? Can you imagine the pop when Rollins comes back? And especially if they kind of find a way to keep it under wraps as it goes. You have so many people returning that it's going to go up. And the hard part, I guess, is going to be where do you put all these guys now? Because now you have such a ridiculous amount of talent that it's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem.
Well, hopefully by the time they all come back, that roster split will actually be a thing.
Right.
And you'll have plenty of spots. Then you'll have a whole new set of belts to push people for. And
yeah, I really think that it's while they took a step back, I think it's going to be very easy for them though to get back to where they were. I don't know if we'll ever see another Attitude Era again, but I mean, it's going to get better. It will.
Well, I did see an article saying that like once Shane takes over, he's going to make it a little bit more edgy.
Yeah, PG-13 rating instead of the PG and stuff. Which
I can't remember. Somebody posted a picture. I think it was on SmackDown. They actually had the TV 14 like thing at the bottom of the screen. I was like, ooh, when did they start doing that?
Right, maybe for like a segment.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it'll bounce back. It definitely will.
It always does.
Yeah, I mean, you go through ebbs and flows. You go through waves where sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And we just had to ride out 2015 as being kind of an off year. But I think with everything that's going on with NXT, with WWE, even just wrestling as a whole right now, with all the other options that are out there. I mean, I personally don't watch it, but TNA, like it's out there. Ring of Honor, Lucha, AAA, PWG, Chikara, like all of these different things. I guess I'm just thinking that with all the naysayers that are out there with WWE, just go out there and find what you like. If don't be the guy that just all you want to do is just talk trash about something. Embrace it and enjoy it for what it is. And I think 2016 is going to be a huge year for both WWE and NXT. So. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to be watching.
That'll make three of us, I guess I should say.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's been great having you guys.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, not a problem. Guys, you can check them out on Twitter at SmarkMoney, or also you can check out Chris at
KLock7
and AJ at
AJens81.
And if you ever get a chance, be sure to check me out at Nate the Great, NTC. I am your host, Nate the Great. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day, and tune into Monday Night Raw tomorrow, starring Shane McMahon, among others. So, thank you guys. Enjoy your day.